Hi everybody, Munto Ray here from RTE's After School Hub. Now, as you all know, I love science. And this year, I was delighted to be asked to judge the brilliant real-life science video competition. Now, I really like how this mixes learning about science and technology with learning how to show others what you've learned using video or animation. You guys are the future of this country and this planet. So it's really important that you all learn about how science and technology can help us through finding cures for diseases and fighting climate change and understanding the world all around us. And it's also really important that you can tell others and share with others this information, whether it's chatting at home with your family or at school with your friends, or like so many of you have done this year, by making a video about science, and then you can share it with everybody in the whole world. So well done to everyone who took part in the real life science this year, including the Muntori who made all of it possible. Your videos were all fantastic, and I'm sure that you learned loads of new skills along the way. So without further ado, here are the winners at primary school level. Da, 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 da.
Seo é de crí. Cuiníonn sé beothú. Tá sé ábailte níos mó ná 7,000 lítir fulla a pumpáil gach lá. Tógann de chuid fulla oxygen ó na scábhóga timpeall an corp trí na hartarí agus na féiche.
Tá oxygen ag tastal ó do corp le bheith ag obair i gceart.
Tá de crí de creite láidir.
Bhualann sé thart ar 100,000 uair gach lá.
Agus ní áireann sé tuirseach riamh. Nuair a dhéanann tú acliacht, ordaíonn de ráit de crí le níos mó oxygen a chur timpeall de corp.
An sin íslíonn sé arís agus tú ag ghlacadh susa.
Ach caighidh tú ara a thuairistil de crí. Má itheann tú an nomarcha bíonna nach bhfuil sláintiúil, is féidir leis an sáil na hartarí a bhlocáil. Tá sin an dainséireach. Mar tharla, is technóir éigeandála Lais or CRS Emma, agus duine si dúin céard le déanamh má bhíonn triblóid crí ag duine. Dús glí le haid cabhair ar ní nó hain dó.
Thaispeáin si dúin cén chuí ACS a dhéanamh i gceart.
Le ACS chuann tú fuil agus oxygen timpeall corp an duine.
Mar sin, is féidir leat job an crí a dhéanamh go dtí gur dagan othar cór.
Anis is féidir linn feiste Lais ar nós stentín a úsáid leis an mhlocáil a bhaint. Le bheith cinnte go bhfann de crí sláintiúil ba chóir duit neart acliachta a dhéanamh go minic. Agus ba ceart duit glasairí agus bíonna eile sláintiúla a ithe gach lá.
Mar sin, tuair ara de crí agus tuairí sé ara dit.
Our bodies are made up of trillions of cells.
Oh, right. Are you serious?
No, not those type of cells. Cells are the building blocks of all living things. Let's take a look at the animal cell. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like liquid that contains smaller particles called organelles. The cell membrane holds the cell together and controls what comes into and leaves the cell. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell, which release energy from food. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. Ribosomes are microscopic factories that produce proteins for growth and repair. Vacuoles contain waste and chemicals. Endoplasmic reticulum makes, packages, and transports materials, and lysosomes get rid of waste in the cell. In multicellular organisms, all cells work together. They do not do the same jobs. Because of their structure, they all have different jobs to do.
Oh, can you show me some examples of specialized cells?
White fat cells are used as a store of energy.
It's cold out here. I'm lucky I have brown fat cells to produce heat for my body.
Cardiac muscle cells are voluntary muscle cells found in the heart.
Voluntary muscle cells. You can choose to move these muscle cells or not. An example of this is moving your tricep and bicep muscles.
Involuntary muscle cells. They work without you having to think about it. An example of this is peristalsis. Nerve cells make up your brain. They carry information from your brain to other parts of your body, such as muscles, and back again.
White blood cells are part of the immune system and help to fight infection.
Red blood cells carry oxygen from your lungs to your cells. They also carry the waste, carbon dioxide, from cells back to your lungs. Not all cells are specialized. These cells are called stem cells. Stem cells are a group of cells that have not decided what specialized cell they will be yet. Once a stem cell decides what specialized cell it wants to be, it needs to turn on all the right DNA to allow it to become specialized.
Oh, so if a part of your body is affected by the coronavirus, then a stem cell can switch on the DNA needed to become specialized and treat a COVID-19 patient. Is that right?
Ah, good question. Let's do some research.
We interviewed Dr. Eleanor Glancy, postdoctoral researcher in Chromatic Biology Lab. She works in Trinity College Dublin, Department of Genetics, and this is what our class learned about stem cells.
When stem cells move, they receive information from other cells to tell them when and where they need to work or help other cells.
We learned that Eleanor gets stem cells from pregnant mice since you have more stem cells before you're born. These are called embryonic stem cells. Embryonic stem cells can specialize themselves quicker than adult stem cells.
Stem cells are special human cells that are able to develop into many other cell types.
Stem cells can replicate themselves really quickly.
Stem cells can't cure the coronavirus, but stem cells may be able to relieve the pain in the lungs and other symptoms. The most important advice that Eleanor gave us was to keep asking questions.
Have you ever wondered how does grass grow?
Let's go find out.
Grass is a common name for a family of plants called gramineae.
They have a simple structure with roots that grow into the soil.
Stems that grow from the base of the plant is known as the crown.
From these stems, leaves extend, known as the blade.
Some have stems called stolons, which grow above the ground, and some have stems called rhizomes, which grow under the ground.
Grass, like trees and other plants, need food in order to grow and survive. Food! Where does it get its food from? Grass converts energy from the sunlight into sugar through a process called photosynthesis.
Hi, I'm Greg the Grass. I am starving. You can eat food with your mouth, but do you see a mouth on this face? Nope.
Greg sure was hungry, so he lifted his leaves up towards the sunlight.
What a beautiful day. Let me shine my rays of sunlight down upon you. Here I come.
Sunlight, yummy.
The grass have chloroplasts that contain chlorophyll. They produce chlorophyll when light is present. The sunlight hits Greg's leaves and his lunch has begun.
I've begun to process the sunlight, but I am thirsty too. Water, come here.
I'll travel to your roots and up your stem.
I have sunlight and water. Now I need to suck in some carbon dioxide through my many stomata. Here he comes from the atmosphere.
The process of photosynthesis is almost complete. Now the sunlight, water and carbon dioxide need to perform a chemical reaction to produce Greg's lunch.
I am feeling a chemical reaction occurring. My lunch! My sugary lunch!
I am lunch. I can feed Greg's cells. Don't I look delicious?
That was delicious! Now I need to get rid of the oxygen I created.
Part of me stays in Greg to give him energy through his cells, but most of me leaves through his stomata. The good news is I'm valuable to humans and animals.
Awesome! Amazing! I love sugar. It would be fun to be grass. I am green with envy.
Grass is extremely important to most people's lives.
Most livestock animals feed primarily off grasses.
Grass also needs the right amount of nutrients to help it grow. Some farmers spread slurry or fertilizer, which is a source of nitrogen.
His hairstyle is better than mine.
The grass is always greener.
Hi, I'm Cormac Harris. And I'm Alan O'Sullivan, and we're this year's BT Young Scientist and Technologist winners. Our project was an investigation into the prevalence of gender stereotyping in 5 to 7 year olds and the development of a resource kit to help combat gender stereotyping in schools.
We all know about the importance of getting both boys and girls interested in taking up careers in science, technology, engineering and maths, and that's why initiatives like ReelLIFE SCIENCE are so important.
We both loved watching your fantastic videos of such a high standard.
Here are your winners.
Emergency keratomatosis. This is the body cell. In order to heal this wound, the cell and millions of its kind will need to perform mitosis. Mitosis is the process of cell division. It plays a vital role in cell renewal and body growth. They make copies of themselves to replace the lost and worn out cells. The process of mitosis involves 5 phases. Interphase. This results into identical full sets of chromosomes. Prophase. The chromosomes then coil and condense into X-shaped structures. In early prophase, the centrioles divide and form asters and move apart. The nuclear membrane begins to disappear. In late prophase, the centrioles and asters arrive at opposite poles. The nucleus and nuclear membrane have almost completely disappeared by this stage. Metaphase. When the first spindle chromosomes begin to line up at their craters, there are centromeres attached to the spindle fibers. Anaphase. In the anaphase, the 6 chromosomes are being pulled apart. The centromeres split. Half the chromosomes move to one pole, half to the other pole. In late anaphase, the chromosomes have almost reached their respective poles. Telophase and cytokinesis. After that is telophase, when cell changes in the middle. The cell membrane completes constriction in telophase. Nuclear membranes form around the separated chromosomes. Lastly, in cytokinesis, the completion of mitosis, there are 2 sister cells with the same structures and numbers of chromosomes as the parent cell.
Ever wondered why ice melts on a sweltering day? Let's explore.
All materials exist in one of 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas.
Materials can be changed from one state to another by heating or cooling.
Each of these states have a different arrangement of particles. Keep watching to find out more.
Particles in a solid have little kinetic energy and are tightly packed together in a regular pattern.
If a solid such as ice is heated, it changes to water, a liquid. This change is called melting.
Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius.
Particles in a liquid have more kinetic energy. Particles are packed close together in a random fashion and are free to move.
If a liquid such as water is heated, it changes to water vapor, a gas. This change is called evaporation.
Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
Particles in a gas have lots of kinetic energy.
They have enough energy to break away completely from each other, moving at great speeds, randomly and freely.
We hope this answered your question on why ice melts on a sweltering day.
Thanks for joining us. We're off to explore more.
ReelLIFE Science, Science and Me, the anatomy of basketball. Starting off with shooting the basketball, the triceps are the large muscles located on the backs of your upper arms. Their anatomical function is to extend the elbow. This action would be seen when your arm goes from the bent to straight position during your shot. Next is the forearm muscles. The forearm muscles contain two groupings of muscles in the inner and back sides. These muscles are being activated when you aim the ball up in front of your body, and once you follow through with your shot and your hand goes downward, the wrist flexors are being used. Next up is hitting a layup, and the muscles that are used when hitting a layup are the quadriceps, calves, hamstrings, and the gluteus. The quadriceps are the powerful muscles in the front of your thighs. They determine how high you jump and how fast you run. These muscles contract when you straighten your leg. Anytime that your leg goes from a bent to straight position, the quadriceps contract. The hamstrings are the muscles at the back of your thighs, and they work together with your quadriceps. The gluteus makes you jump higher when it's contracted. The calf muscles are located at the back of your leg. They contract in motions that require the extension of the foot, such as when you're jumping off the ground. When hitting an actual layup, your wrist extensors play a vital role by moving your wrist and opening and closing your fingers. The chest muscles also help to move your shoulders and arms forward. Next up is the dribbling phase. When dribbling the ball, the deltoid, triceps, and biceps help bounce the ball continuously. Also, when dribbling the ball, your wrist is responsible for flexion and extension of the wrist. This helps you keep control of the ball and help you feel comfortable when dribbling the ball. When a player is grabbing a rebound, they use their quadriceps, hamstrings and gluteus, calves, and their core. When a player is using their core muscles, it helps them stand upright and give them good posture while they jump. Calves, quadriceps, gluteus, and the hamstrings help the basketball players jump as high as they can when grabbing the rebound. When performing a bullet pass, you are primarily relying on the muscles of your arms to direct your pass and push the ball forward. Those muscles are the biceps, triceps, and the forearm muscles. When these muscles contract, it helps push the ball forward and more faster. When sprinting in basketball, you use your quadriceps, gluteus, and calves more often. Your calves help push more power into your sprint when contracted. The quadriceps only contract when your leg is straight, and the gluteus muscles only contract when you run, jump, and squat. Lastly is the straight vertical jump. When performing a vertical jump, your quadriceps, hamstrings, gluteus, and calves help work together to contract and help you jump as high as you can. That is a brief explanation of the anatomy of basketball. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, my name's Fern and I'm lucky enough to introduce the winners of youth group level for ReelLIFE Science 2020. What's great about this category is that it enables young people to get with their friends and work on really fun and exciting science projects outside of school, and it's definitely something that they can be proud of. 2020 has brought its challenges and many of these groups have not been able to meet up like they usually would, but with these videos you could never tell. The sheer amount of creativity, hard work, determination, and of course science that went into making these videos is testament not only to the young people themselves, but also to the youth workers who are working really hard behind the scenes, enabling things like this to happen. Keep up the good work. So without further ado, here are the winning videos for the youth category in Real Life Science 2020. Enjoy.
I'm Kyla and I'm 11 years old.
My name's Aisling, I'm 11 and I'm planting a tree.
I'm Padraig Mahal, I'm 12 years old and I'm going to plant a tree.
My name is Gia, I'm 11 years old and today we're planting a tree.
My name's Eva and I'm 12.
Step 2 is you're going to want to take your tree and put it in the hole.
They take the carbon dioxide that we breathe out and then turn into oxygen that we can breathe in.
Oh, it's lovely. Very satisfying.
To plant amazing trees to save the world. The last step is to put it to bed with some water.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
deepest colour.
So that's how it works. Oh, hello everyone. Professor Stephen Curry here from Imperial College London. Though, as you can see, I'm not at Imperial College right now. Like you, I imagine, I'm stuck at home. But just because we're stuck at home doesn't mean we can't do some science. So I'm here to tell you about a science video competition for young people called ReelLIFE SCIENCE at Home. All you need to do is make a 1-minute video about any topic you're interested in, from science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. I suggest you pick something that you're really passionate about, like climate change, or animals, or even how the coronavirus works. Or you could do an experiment at home and explain how that works. I've been working on how to make myself invisible. Look. Not bad, huh? Oh, okay, still needs a bit of work.
Oh, I cut my thumb. Mom, can I have a plaster?
Luckily for us, our bodies can make their own plasters. This plaster is called a clot. Let's take a look at how a clot forms, using my kitchen sink and a few things I found in my cupboard. The filled sink represents an intact blood vessel. When a cut forms in the wall of a vessel, blood leaks out and a series of events ensues, known as the coagulation cascade. Tiny cells in the blood called platelets stick together around the wound to patch up the leak and also result in fibrin formation. The fibrin acts like a mesh which traps blood cells, platelets, and nasty bacteria that try to gain entry into the blood. And of course, stops any further bleeding.
That's me, and just like you, my body's constantly fighting against outside invaders. The first line of defense we have is the innate system. Skin, stomach acid, tears, urine, saliva, and mucus all serve as a physical barrier against invaders like bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, and small proteins. Once the pathogen enters the body, phytocytes will battle against the invaders. Our second line of defense is the adaptive system. Pathogens will leave behind antigens, which serve as a name tag that alert the body to certain pathogens present in the immune system. Cells, macrophages, B cells, and Langerhans will then collect these antigens and go to a lymph node where they will awaken a T cell. Having gained the information from the antibodies, killer T cells will be able to target and destroy specific cells infected with the pathogen. Memory T cells will find B cells. Using the information from the memory T cell, B cells will be able to create antibodies. Antibodies will then target the specific pathogen and try to destroy them.
Germs like bacteria and viruses can make you sick or even kill you. Vaccines teach the body to build defenses before the virus hits.